Today our guest on Let's Talk Jonesboro is Noelle Richardson, and you may Noelle from many different potential walks. Welcome to the show, Noelle.
Hi, thank you.
And speaking of walks, we are here to talk about the Alzheimer's walk.
Yes, we are.
And tell us a little bit, first of all, what is it? Everybody knows Alzheimer's, but tell us what the program is. You're a nonprofit.
Yes, so the Alzheimer's Association, there is an Arkansas chapter. In Jonesboro, we are lucky enough to have a walk every year, and this will be our second year having it downtown. So on October 5th, downtown will be covered in purple to represent all the loved ones that we've lost, and then hopefully one day we'll be able to find a cure for Alzheimer's.
Well, that is, it's one of the more horrible diseases, I think, that a lot of people deal with, and it's probably harder or as hard for the loved ones as the sufferers.
Yes, it's a disease that you don't want to see in your family, but research is coming out. So if you think about it, for every 3 seniors, one of those seniors will die from Alzheimer's or a form of dementia. Every 65 seconds, someone is diagnosed. So if you think about that, I'm just thinking about in my family, I've lost 2 great-grandmothers already, one from dementia and one with Alzheimer's. My husband has lost his father. It's really hard for the caregivers.
It's personal.
It is. It's so personal.
Yeah.
So in talking with families here in Jonesboro, everyone I've talked with, they know someone personally that has been affected.
Yeah. Well, when do you become a senior? Is it 55? Please say it's 65.
We'll say 65.
Let's say 65. I understand what memory loss means. Mm-hmm. So, you literally, I think anybody my age, and some of you guys say, no, that's crazy, but you worry.
Yes.
What your future holds.
And now with early onset Alzheimer's,
mm-hmm.
You're seeing that in 50-year-olds. I mean, it's kind of scary.
That's right. It is. It's something that you think about when you say, I can't remember where I put my keys or why I'm in this room.
Right. Well, in talking with my husband, actually, he was the volunteer spotlight yesterday on Facebook for our planning group, and he was talking about his father. He was this hardworking man, and then all of a sudden he couldn't figure out how to fix the doorknob. Mm-hmm. And that was like one of the signs, like, oh, something is wrong. And then he struggled, for 10 plus years with the disease before he passed away. So it's scary to think about. And me as a mom of 2 young kids, I don't want them to have to go through what I saw, my grandparents go through or their caregivers. I don't want to have to do that to my kids. So I'm hoping and praying that we find a cure.
Me too. So your group is dedicated to raising awareness and helping fund the research that will find a cure.
Yes, so funding for support groups, research, education, advocacy, all of that, all in one.
How long has it been operating in Jonesboro?
So our local walk and chapter since 2008. But I feel like in the past couple of years, we really kind of boosted things and really got the community more in support as the disease has been, which is kind of sad, more relevant in our area. More people are talking about it, and they're wanting support. They're wanting other families that have been through the same thing, and I think that's kind of why we're growing in our area.
Well, that's good. There are several things that are growing. Jonesboro grows. We are and the mayor, you will hear him say, we are a loving, benevolent community. That's kind of a catchphrase that he uses because he sees so many things that where we give. We're not a wealthy region of the United States, but we are a giving and caring region, and Jonesboro is a giving, caring city. And I think that this is just one more piece of evidence.
Right.
And you guys are working hard to make this happen. Now you have a walk coming up, and you did it last year. Was it a success? Was the inaugural a success? Is this something that's growing? Where do we stand?
It was a total success in our eyes. We had moved it to downtown. We weren't sure how that was going to go, but all of the feedback from not only our volunteers and our sponsors, but the walkers that were there, they loved it. And the space that we had actually overcrowded, so we were out in the streets. So this year we've moved the location for our ceremony so that we could accommodate more people. And we've already registered more teams than we had last year. And
really,
it's, we still have till October, so.
If I wanted to register a team, how do I do it?
Well, all I need is your team name, your name, email, and phone number, and I can get you registered.
And how do I contact you?
You can actually contact me. The easiest way is via email, so it's noelle@outofthedark.org, or you can visit alz.org and you'll be able to find the walk page. Some people have a little trouble online, so I've just been doing, just give me that information and I'll do it for you.
Is there a phone number they should call?
You can call my cell phone. I'm actually working on this nonstop. It's 870-917-5066.
Very nice. Tell me about some of the people you work with and their passion. Is there anything that stands out when you think of what comes to mind when you think of some of the people you're with and what motivates them to be a part of this?
And I think that's the neat thing about our planning committee. This year it's pretty much an all new planning committee except for maybe 3 or 4 of us. So we have health professionals that are in the nursing homes. Then we also have a couple of the people who work with the UAMS aging. UAMS is doing research constantly. And then you have some of us who we just have a personal tie, and we want to see a change, and we want to see a cure so bad that we're going to work every day that we can. And then we just have some, they don't even have a personal tie, but they've seen us so passionate about it that they jumped on board. So it's like all these different people around our community just coming together because we know what this disease does, and we want to find a cure.
I think one of the things that really impresses me about your group and others is the community that volunteers, because you are not stay-at-home people. You work. You have lives. You have children. You have told me you have a couple of children of your own at home, and you've got things to do, and yet you still make time to volunteer. What do you think drives that passion for people who do that?
We want to make a difference, and that is, we are all so busy, but we make time. We meet once a month in person. We take our lunch break. That's something we do. We do phone conferences. We're on GroupMe, sending stuff back and forth every single night. We're constantly sending out emails and phone calls. We're passionate about it, and we know that it could be a big success here in Jonesboro, and it's going to be good for everybody in the community if we're successful.
And volunteerism is its own reward sometimes, isn't it?
Yes. It feels good knowing that we're helping, because we've all been in a spot where we needed help, and so right now we're kind of that help. And also, all of us with younger children, they ask us questions, well, why are we going to this event, or why are we helping with this? And we're just showing them, this is what you do. You help out your neighbors, you help out your community, and so it's kind of a good teaching lesson as well.
Well, I know you're not here to talk about yourself, but I would like for you to think of a time that made you feel good when you helped someone. If you can think of an example, just something that comes to mind, that you felt the reward. And I know we don't do everything for ourselves, but it's true.
Well, actually, I was at an event not too long ago in North Jonesboro. I was actually with the nonprofit I help with, Out of the Dark, and I was talking with a mother and her sister about prevention education. And I gave them, they needed numbers and names, and I gave them all of that. Well, they came back an hour later and just said, thank you, you've already helped us. We got a number that we needed that would help them in their situation. And it made me feel good, not just because I helped them, because my 5-year-old daughter saw, and she said, "Oh, so you help people?"
Ah.
And it was like, yes. So then when she goes to school, if people ask, "Hey, what does your mom do?" "My mom helps people." I mean, you can't get any better than that.
No, that's right.
So,
And
and I learned, and this is the great thing about moving here and going to Arkansas State, I learned everything about volunteering and what a community means when I moved here.
is that right?
So, yeah.
And when was that? That was in college?
Yes, so I moved here in 2006.
Very nice.
So, and then I graduated in 2010, and I stayed because I'd met people through college. I got a great job, and I started volunteering and working nonprofits, and I love it. I love this area.
I do too. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Now tell us real quick a little bit about Out of the Dark, because we don't want to miss the opportunity to talk about Out of the Dark too.
Okay, so Out of the Dark is a local nonprofit. So we are working on drug prevention, not only with youth, but with their parents. So right now I've been working pre-K all the way through 18. Right now we actually have a drug-free communities grant. So it's a federal grant that can help with drug-free clubs in schools, which I think is phenomenal. We've just been doing so many good things. I mean, it's been going since 2008. We hired our first staff person 2 years ago. Before that, it was all volunteer work. I can't believe, I mean, you can't say enough about good volunteers. But yeah, that's kind of what we're doing. And we have some really big things coming out this school year that I'm so excited about, especially our youth board, the prevention squad. So they've been doing stuff not only in our community and statewide, but nationally. So they're young leaders to be looking out for.
I have some little nieces and nephews that in the schools around Jonesboro who always participate in Out of the Dark stuff and are proud of it and talk about what they learned because of Out of the Dark. So.
Yeah, and I love it that our drug-free prevention education, like classes or programs or events that we do, not just for the kids but for the parents, they're free. So anybody who needs the information can come. And I think that's great. And also our community's backed us on fundraising and doing events for us. I couldn't say enough good things about this community.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. Well, she's Noelle Richardson, and she is a volunteer of many stripes. But we're talking about the Alzheimer's Walk. What is the official name of it?
So the Jonesboro Walk to End Alzheimer's.
Jonesboro Walk to End Alzheimer's. The actual walk is October 5th, but the kickoff is
July 23rd at noon.
At noon.
Yes. And it is actually going to be on NEA's campus at the hospital. It'll be in conference room 1 and 3.
Okay.
Lunch is provided, so come on. And it's actually called the Luau for loved ones. So we kind of wanted to have fun for like the loved ones that we're either still taking care of or that we've lost. And that's an invitation for all team captains. If you want to be a team captain, or if you're just really passionate about the walk, we want you to come see what we have planned. We are going to have our theme announced that day. Y'all are going to be so excited about that this year. That's one thing about Jonesboro. Out of all of the state, we're the only Alzheimer's walk that always has to have a theme. And it works. I mean, it works for our community. They love it. They dress up. We have a spirit award. My team won it last year. I wore long purple hair, by the way. I was a superhero. But it's so much fun. This kickoff, I mean, if you want to get involved, you need to be there.
I'm sure the mayor will be there, and I'm sure he'll wear a Hawaiian shirt. I'm going to recommend he does not put on a grass skirt.
Yes, please no.
Okay. I think we can safely, although I may have to convince him.
Yeah, Hawaiian shirt, yes.
Yes,
it's a must. It's a must.
That is a must. We can
Yes.
handle that. Yes,
Yeah.
but that will be a lot of fun, and that's July 23rd. What time?
At 12 o'clock.
Right, straight up noon.
Mm-hmm.
NEA Baptist Hospital.
Yes, conference room 1 and 3. And we will have it decked out. I think we're having like a burger bar. NEA is providing all of that for the walk kickoff this year.
And that's wonderful.
Yes.
Noelle, thank you for taking the time to visit with us on Let's Talk Jonesboro.
Thank you.